time ticking. I'ma give it all until the last minute. Set up the block just for my man. I bet we win.
Squaring off for the second time in 3 weeks, Philly and Washington are set for this Week 17 rematch. The Eagles go for their 4th sweep of the football team in the last 5 years. It's Week 17, and it's next.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at our two quarters. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the bearded one in his 17th season in the NFL, the well-traveled Ryan Fitzpatrick. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. After the interception, here's Watson. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 catches, 85 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run them on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the pick.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Here's Dorsett. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is?
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. On first down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 16. Running right, here's Sanders. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Watson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. They will run for it with Gainwell. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Down to the 25. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the 50, it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Watson. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson. Open right side, complete to Rager. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. 2nd and 6. On the handoff, Gainwell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
They'll run with Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. They'll run. It's Gibson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still 1 more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Javon Hargrave. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Greg Ward. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Watson's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Fitzpatrick to McLaurin there, 1st down Washington. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
The Fitzpatrick throw complete there to Thomas. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. This will be caught at Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On first down, it's Watson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Watson looks to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So much for our halftime break. Apparently, we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Washington defense getting ready. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Dorsett making the catch. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First down, Fitzpatrick. Dorsett's got it.
Touchdown, Washington.
Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown.
Hopkins with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on the...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that